one of the things that I've also been interested in, I've been watching a lot of Jeff Strife Hayes, and he is very openly pro PvE, anti PvP, kind of player. But he does make some really interesting points, and he talks about things in a way that I hadn't really thought about before, but it's absolutely true, which is kind of talking about the fact that kind of one of the things that we blame CCP for things like the Blue Donut or the domination of specific factions over everybody else, the lack of ability for new groups to be able to foster, all these kinds of things. But what Jeff Strife Hayes argues is that is fundamentally part of the nature of a hardcore PvP game, by definition. If you have a game in which it's about competing over who can win, then there will be a winner, and then that winner will dominate over everybody else and prevent anybody else from making progress to threaten their winning. So, there's a certain amount of blaming CCP that's necessary, but also realize that we're all fighting an uphill battle here. PvP games don't succeed. Sandbox games don't succeed. They don't do well. Period. This is just a market fact. So we've got to process that and think about it and be like, well, how and why does EVE Online succeed in spite of that? Because it has. EVE Online has done better than basically any of these kinds of games, besides arguably like Dark Age of Camelot or whatever. But and part of it comes back to the fact that, like I said, it's not a pure sandbox. It is a playground, right? There's a sandbox, but there are also swings and slides and other things to go on, little fun things to do. The PvE that functions as catalysts for the PvP and progression, right? Like, that is what makes EVE interesting, in the fact that it isn't one thing. It's both, right? Like, it can be a hardcore PvP brutal game for the people that want to engage in it, the null blocks that are doing that stuff. But there's other games in there for people that want to do something different, that want to solve a mystery, that want to build something up, that want to become a mogul, right? These are all goals that are largely independent from the main hardcore full drop PvP nature that a lot of people celebrate about EVE Online.